If you died here, can you please let us know? Tell us what happened? Hello? I heard nurse. Shit, that was creepy. Were you a nurse here? What the fuck? What was that? When Oak Ridge, Ontario's maximum security psychiatric hospital was built outside Penetanguishene during the Great Depression, it was the end of the road for people called the criminally insane. Its cell blocks housed men who had committed mass murders, serial killings, child murder, rape, and arson. Most were found not guilty by reason of insanity. But they might as well have been sentenced to life in prison. For decades, Penetang, as the institution was called in the media, rarely let anyone leave. This changed in the 1960s. Psychiatrists intrigued by the possibilities of new drugs, including LSD, and caught up in philosophy fads, wondered if they could fix these damaged men. They'd seen how new medications help people suffering from bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. Some of Oak Ridge's medical staff wanted to go further and treat people with antisocial personality disorder, psychopaths in the parlance of time. It was a tough challenge. Dr. Elliot Barker, Oak Ridge's lead psychiatrist, was able to convince some judges and juries to ignore the strict legal test for insanity and consider the idea of moral sanity. He believed offenders with personality disorders could understand the pain they caused others. Barker and other psychiatrists developed a therapeutic community that seems in hindsight like something out of a Stanley Kubrick movie. Patients were given LSD and put into an artificial womb for weeks. Others were jammed into a small room for something called the 100-Day Hate Inn. A new society was set up inside of Oak Ridge where high-functioning patients had official sanction to terrorize and manipulate weaker ones. The patients at Oak Ridge were victims of inhumane treatment and psychological and physical abuse. Among other things, the courts heard how the men were forced to take mind-altering drugs such as LSD, forcibly restrained or isolated, and were confined, nude, and handcuffed to other men in the capsule. A tiny windowless, soundproof room that was always lit and had one open toilet. They were fed through straws in the walls. The patients were often enlisted to keep others in line, deprived of sleep, or held for long periods in painful stress positions described as positional torture. The men committed to the facility between 1966 and 1983 were mostly teenagers or in their 20s, and almost all came from abusive or badly broken homes. One treatment that was used on schizophrenias was called Metrozol shock therapy treatment. It's a form of shock therapy whereby patients are injected intravenously with Metrozol. This is a powerful CNS stimulant which in this context induces convulsions and then a coma. It is now rarely used due to the feeling of anxiety and high fatality rates. Metrozol shock treatment involves introducing large volumes of Metrozol into the body, which triggers violent convulsions of the patient. Welcome back, guys, to this exciting new adventure. We're really stoked to be here. So this place is actually one of the most haunted places in all of Ontario, Canada. This place actually, it's got big vibes, okay? So anyway, you've probably seen places I've explored, you've seen places Angelo's explored. Okay, now nothing takes the cake of this, okay? This was the original asylum. So before Aurelia Lunatic Asylum, also known for the Aurelia Asylum for Idiots, this is the place where it all began. So this asylum was called Oak Ridge Asylum. Now the asylum that took over that you saw in my intro, that was one of the original big buildings, and that is now called Waypoint. So these are the buildings that are left. There's actually more buildings that are left, guys. There's actually building after building after building past the fences. So there's actually a lot more to see. But anyways, we're gonna check it out. This could have been a nurse's residence, or this could have been another place where they house patients. Now, from what I know, guys, is they had a bunch of buildings like this that how it had patients, because you had like the mental handicap, okay? So people that had different disorders like Tourette syndrome, what is it? Well, you guys heard of the other ones like Asperger's, things like that, okay? Down syndrome, etc. So they would be housed in places like this in special care. So I'm not exactly sure what this is. I brought every bit of paranormal gear I have with me, and we're just taking a peek at the windows here. Actually, man, I've got goosebumps. Like, this place is really crazy, guys. Like, they've said that that people have seen spirits right in the windows of these places. So we're definitely going to try different gear. I brought the this is awesome. So I even brought the full spec with me to test that out. So anyways, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up and I'm gonna show you the cemetery, because that's the big area. A lot of people were buried here. There's no graves. That's the thing. It's like a mount of land. So when we get there, you're literally just going to see the post and the marking and saying that, because the horrible thing is these people weren't considered human beings in society and stuff like that. The rich wanted them gone. They thought they were an eyesore. So they literally just, yeah, it's got bad vibes, guys. They would literally just dig holes and pile bodies in. Now, you've seen this before in another video that me and Angelo did of the Aurelia Asylum, only that they at least had numbers, they had markers. They didn't have names there, but at least there was something just to show that these people existed, okay? So anyways, we're gonna go check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna come back here. This place looks really cool. We can't go inside these buildings out of due respect, but you know what? It doesn't really matter because of the history and hauntings on this place, guys. This place is really haunted. So anyways, we're gonna go up. I'm not sure if you guys can see my light. I'm gonna dim it. I'm gonna dim the light, guys. We want to be able to see this. So we're on green. Okay. That's unfortunately as low as I can go. So we'll see if we get anything over at the cemetery for sure. My wife, she wanted to stay in the car. These buildings actually freak the hell out of her. They actually scare her. Her anxiety goes up and everything. So usually stuff like that, that's a good indication of witch, right? Okay, so here's another building here. Now I take it that these buildings here, they could have had doctors and things like that in them, the smaller ones. But the massive building you guys saw, that was one of the original buildings, and I believe it was restored, which is really wild, man. Okay, so here we go. So here's the juicy part. So here's the history. In memoriam, from 1904 to 1970, this cemetery was the burial place for many of the long-term patients who lived out the latter part of their lives at the psychiatric hospital. On this site, over 300 people are interred here. The Volunteer Associated Mental Health Center of Penetanguishing, 2004. So here's the front gates, guys. A bit of a jolt there. So we're just gonna play around here. we get a trickle of any kind. You know what I'd like to do? I like to do this once in a while. So we'll do the do a silent EVP session, and we'll see if this thing gets any spikes. So we'll do that first before we hit up the necrophonic. All right. Got my new EVP, nice and dandy. Actually has a bit of distance on her too. All right. So we're now recording. This is EVP session 1. Probably be the only EVP I do today. This is just because of the cemetery. This is what I wanted to do. So we're gonna put you up here. And we're gonna actually, we'll point you that way. Is there anybody here with us? If there's somebody here, could you please give us a name? Give us a sign? Maybe move something? If you did give us your name, we mean you no harm. We just want to talk. What happened to you back at the asylum? Were you treated poorly there? Would you know my name? Do you know my name off the hop? And can you tell me what happened to you here? Let's get this thing a little bit, okay. It's actually a little bit cold tonight. Alright, so I didn't get any spikes on the EMF detector, but let's just see what this little guy got. Is there anybody here with us? If there's somebody here, can you please give us a name? Give us a sign? Maybe move something? If you did give us your name, we mean you no harm. We just want to talk. What happened to you back at the asylum? Were you treated poorly there? Would you know my name? Do you know my name off the hop? And can you tell me what happened to you here? Let's just see what this little guy got. Alright guys, so I didn't really hear anything back. I don't know if you guys did. But anyways, we're going to keep plugging away. So we're going to give one of the best pieces of equipment that we have been using and getting answers right out of. I want to get an SB7 too later on, but we have been getting weird stuff with the spirit box. It kind of conjures things up a bit, so I want to try this last every time because of that coincidence about it, just like it bringing up like hauntings, because I don't want to take anything home with me, so like do it last and then I can do my cleanse after with the sage I brought, so there's that too. But anyways, so we'll get this thing out. Alright guys, let's do this. Is there anyone here in this cemetery with us? If there's somebody here, can you give us your name? Tell us what happened to you. Maybe move something in the cemetery? I almost thought I heard my name again. I hate that. I hate that shit. What happened to you here? Here. Can you tell me? Let's get this up here. If you died here, can you please let us know? Tell us what happened? Hello? I heard nurse. Shit, that was creepy. Were you a nurse here? What the fuck? What was that? You were a nurse here. What happened to you? Were you attacked by a patient? Were you attacked by a patient here? Holy shit, guys. Oh, that just gave me chills. It's starting to get really... Holy shit, that's fucked up, man. Okay, it just started to get really, really cold here. That's so messed up. Suspecting what? Can I ask you something? Is your spirit at rest? I still can't believe it, man. That's so messed up. Like, I can't believe we just got that. That's nuts. Like, there's been a few times when you come to a place that's relative where it says, like, nurse or doctor, firefighter. Like, you know, it just says something related to the place. So that's really, really cool. But not only that, we got consistent... Are you... No way. Okay, I know it could be played. Like, I could do that in my pocket. I did not turn that back on. That's messed up. I hit stop. Okay, don't come home with me, please. For the love of God. Please don't come home with me. I turned you off. Please don't come back on. This kind of stuff actually gets me, like, in the vibes, man. So anyways, we're gonna go back to that other area like I mentioned. So we're gonna go back to this place. Maybe it was a nurse residence, I don't know, but I know that they had patients in these places and they looked after them here in many of the buildings. So, like, even when the nurses went to bed, it wasn't just like a house of nurses. They'd have patients in each of these buildings because there were so many of them, and because we were running out of room. That's why they built the Aurelia asylum, guys. They built that asylum because there was just too many people to hang on to. So, like, they're like, we don't have the room, we can't do it. Things started getting really bad here. So later on, what had happened was they shipped them off. They shut this asylum down. They moved them on to the Aurelia Lunatic Asylum. So anyways, we're gonna check out that big building, do some stuff there, and then after that, we're gonna have some fun with the full spec, which is my fave. So here we go. All right, guys. So we're gonna start with the night vision. I usually like to try the night vision now, just to basically, I get different. You know, you get different aspects of footage each time. You guys might see something on the night vision, or you might not see anything on the full spec. So it changes all the time, right? So anyway, let's brighten that up a little bit. So these windows are that said people have actually seen apparitions. Like people waving, things like that. So that's why I wanted to check on this. With a lot of asylums, things like that happens. It's like they never left this place, you know? So it's really good to try everything you can. Hopefully you guys see something. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys do see anything. We're going to try some of those other buildings as well. Okay, so that was that. Alright guys, so now we have the full spec active. I don't know if you can kind of, this is how you kind of tell full spec, guys. When you have the camera on, see how it's like red? So this is like infrared lighting and things. So people have said that they can see spirits with this. My big hit list, I do want to get myself a thermal camera because that's the most like scientific stuff. But anyways, we're going to check out these windows here. So this is why I wanted this. Like I said before, using different devices, you might see something in one that you didn't see in the other. So it's always really, really good and handy to try different things. So I don't know if you guys see anything up there. Let me know if you see anything move, and or like say anything in the comment section below. So, and like I said, this is the full spec. Zoomed right in there. Oh, I could go even further. Okay, let's see what's in that window a little further. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we're still on, so that's good. Okay. Alright guys, so we're going to go up the trail and just let me know if you guys see anything. Yeah, so here you go guys. See how you can see this orange hue? That's how we know that it's full spec. If it was night vision, which I also have on this camera, it'll look a little bit different. The eyes will start going, you know real night vision from fake. Like, I've seen a lot with the green and stuff like that. I don't really believe that's full on night vision. Night vision is usually monochrome. So it'll be like next to no color completely, which I do have on this camera as well. I thought I saw something move, but I don't really know. So let me know, guys, if you see anything in the comment section below. Like I said, we have the full spec on. Okay, go down. Because I kept having like just bad feelings, guys. Okay, so yeah, let me know if you guys see anything. Yeah, see the orange hue, that pink hue? Asylum Point Cemetery. There you guys go, right there. So right now we're just looking for any signs of paranormal activity, and this is just through sight. So if you guys see anything, I'm on night vision. This is a good way to know. So this is what night vision looks like. See how everything goes monochrome? It's all like black and white. Now if I'm in a room, say with no light, watch this. So I actually had a bit of light just to see. This is night vision. So this is how you can really tell if you got a good product with paranormal, guys. It'll look like this. Everything kind of looks like it's dead. I don't want to get too close, but... yeah, I don't want to get too close to that ridge, guys, just because, like, I know that they do still monitor this place, so I gotta be careful. Really ghetto old lights, which you see at a lot of asylums. So you would either be on that side of the city, or you'd be on this side. Most likely you'd be coming from this side, because this is where all the main roads and stuff come from. So anyways, we're just gonna walk back. So anyways, guys, we're just gonna walk back, see if we get anything with this night vision. Let me know if you see anything in the comments section. And yeah, like, that'll probably be a wrap for the day. I hope you guys really enjoyed this content. We'll have a lot more. I'm still finding buildings. Like, I'm trying to find, like, different buildings. Like, I know you've seen a lot of these people that I used to explore with and stuff, and they're still hitting abandoned for, like, haunted, like, new asylums and stuff around this area. I'm kind of actually been digging in. I want to see what's in the United States, so I'm hoping to get my passport. Hopefully this COVID thing kind of dies off, and then we can really, you can just see it right there. Yeah, look at my eyes, man. That looks so creepy. Alright guys, so we're going to test this out and see what we can get. I'm not sure what I should run first. We'll get the, yeah, I guess we can do like a small, actually, you know what? I'd rather just keep using the spirit box. We seem to get more stuff with that. I'm going to have to keep tampering with the EVP, just try that in other areas. Maybe buildings, abandoned buildings. We'll see if we get anything in there, but I'm going to try this out. So let's just see this. Okay, so we'll see if I get any. So we're here, we're right at the main door, and we're just gonna see what we can get. I'm gonna put this a space apart, obviously, because we want to know. Are you the nurse that died here? Can you let us know what happened to you? Whoa! That was so creepy. Whoa! That was so creepy. Were you a patient that died here? I just want to know who I'm talking to. That's creepy. That's creepy. Who are you? Can you tell me? Well, you're not me. Can you give me your name? Were you sick? Can you tell me what happened to you? Did they help you? What the fuck? Did they help you? What the fuck? What was that? Are you in this building right now? Are you in here? Can you tell me if you're in this building?